Hi, in this video we will learn to install Debian Linux in a dual boot setup, but the knowledge can be used for any other Linux distribution. To start, we need a USB with a Linux installer and an unused disk or partition. For USB, see the description. Start the laptop and press one of F keys to enter BIOS, in this case F2. So press it and then check the boot section. For the boot options, and you will see here disks listed. Now we will start the BIOS with the USB plugged in. Then, under the boot section for the boot option, select your USB, in this case UEF file. Save and exit. Now our computer will boot the USB stick, and it should load our Debian installer. Let's see. Here it is, great. Now let's switch to the big monitor. There are a few install interfaces to pick from. We will choose the graphical install. Installer will now load needed software. Select the language for the installation process. It will also be used as a default system language. Select your location for correct time zone and locale options. Locale you use for formatting, in example, dates and currencies. Keyboard keymap is a set of characters you want to have, usually also maps to your country or just use English. For start, we will need to set up the internet. Choose Wi-Fi or cable, depending on your setup. In this case, I am setting up a Wi-Fi connection. Enter username and password if needed. For hostname, enter the name for your computer. This can be anything you like. Domain name can be used for some local hacking. For now you can leave it empty. Every system provides some sort of admin and user accounts. You need to define these here. Root is the admin user in the Linux world. Next, enter the name and username for your personal account and set up the password. Installer will now find any disks you have. To start installing the files, we need to choose a destination. This can be whole disk or partition. To keep things simple, we will pick whole disk. Just make sure you have one that is empty or not used. Other options are LVM for complex partitioning schemes and encryption LVM used for encrypting disks or partitions. Installer will now list available disks. I will choose the old unused 1 TB disk. The small 32 GB disk is the USB installer. The 1/4 TB disk is the current system. Once we've chosen the whole disk to be used, we can partition it. This can be useful for more complex setups, in example separating user and system data. To keep things simple, again, we will use only one partition. Once everything is set up, you will see an overview on the screen. You will be able to choose between current and new system. Make sure everything is correct before overwriting your data. In this case, we can see that the installer proposed 3 partitions. One for the system, one for swap and one for boot. Before partitioning, make sure you chose the right disk or you may lose all data. Installer will now start copying the base system files. Package managers will use remote servers to fetch needed files. Here you can configure the country for these servers. Debian has worldwide support. No matter what you choose, Debian will still offer some popular locations. Choose as you wish, in this case the official Debian org. We will leave the proxy empty. Proxies can be used to tunnel your traffic to other countries. This is protecting your privacy when using the internet. Before installing the GUI for your new system, you can choose to participate in the installed package survey. This helps Debian developers improve the future releases. For the desktop environment, there are a few options. I prefer the Lifefail Mate, but there is also a more modern GNOME. After desktop is installed, the only thing left is to install the bootloader to the MBR. Installer will usually detect your other operating systems, which you can add to the boot options. In this case, the installer failed to recognize it because the other system is encrypted. Let us know how it went for you. Did you see the other system or disk? Finally, we can remove the USB and reboot the system. Again, enter the BIOS to check that the new system disk is selected for the first boot device. As you can see, we can only boot the new system. Enter your user's username and password. Enjoy and explore the new system. To solve the missing old system, we need to manually boot it by selecting it in BIOS. Then reinstall the bootloader with the option grab disable Ostprober false. We are now using the old disk system bootloader, but it detected the new Trixie system. Thank you for watching and good luck with the installation.